welcome to today's video. Good girl, Carissa. This is Carissa, my service dog, and she's specifically my guide dog. We thought today we'd make a video all about her and everything that comes with her, everything I use, kind of like a guide dog haul video of everything. And so, yeah, her name's Carissa. As you can see, she is a female black Labrador and oh so cute. Hey, are you so cute? Are you so cute? That's all the treats I got for you for now. That's it. No more. All gone. Silly girl. She's a little confused because I have everything out on the floor next to me. Some of it she loves, obviously, and then some she doesn't, like ear cleaner. Like, who likes getting their ears cleaned? So she's probably like, Mom, why do you have everything out? And it's all here. So let's get started with collars. She's currently wearing a red flat collar, martingale specifically. When I got her from Guide Dogs for the Blind, or GDB for short, they use this kind of collar. It's a flat collar with a clip. It has a little chain piece for giving corrections. And yes, we do give corrections to our dogs. It sounds worse than it is. We are not hurting them. I have gotten caught up with strangers that think I'm hurting her because of the way it sounds, but I promise you I'm not. And that was really only in our first year together as a team. Now, I really never have to give her a leash correction. But anyway, standard issued Guide Dogs for the Blind collar. Now, in my opinion, this is an ugly looking collar. It's a dark color. It's not pretty. My dog is a girl, and so I wanted to get a different colored collar, but stick with the same type. So eventually, we found a martingale purple collar, and she has worn this for years up until last week when I got her a new red one because that was the only color the store had. It was either that or blue, and I'm like, I wanted a pretty color, so she's a girl. Yeah, so she's worn this one for years. It is old. It feels ratty to me. From what I can see, it looks really old, dirty, and just worn out. And I wanted to get her a new fresh one, so got her the same type. It's just like this but red. And then a collar I have in her, I call it like my guide dog box. When she was with a puppy raiser, they had this for her. It's black on one side and it's got some bling here. See if I can put it closer. Sparkles. And it just has this kind of clip. It does not fit anymore because she's 7, so she's way obviously full grown by now. But she came with this from her puppy raisers, and I will probably keep this forever because she wore this up until it didn't fit anymore with the GDB collar, and it's a special Carissa thing, so we keep it. So those are her collars. I can show you guys her current one. She's laying right here next to me. This is her current, brand new, pretty red one. Her tags, of course, she has a tag with my information on it. Her vaccines, rabies tags, and then a GDB specific tag. And she's also microchipped. And she wears this all the time. I never take it off. The only time I will change her collars is now that she knows how to swim. I will change out her collars when she goes swimming. That way we don't get one, we can keep one nice and clean and have like one for swimming and water and that kind of thing. So next, her leash. Standard issued GDB leash. This is the way it's short. Call it short leash. Call it short leash. And then, like when I take her potty, she's trained to go on leash. I turn it into a long leash like this. It's leather. It's nice. It's pretty awesome standard issue leash. She's so cute. She's laying here like watching me like go through all her stuff. It's adorable. All right. The harness. GDB standard harness. She puts her head through here. This clips around her belly. And then this is the handle. I have the ergo handle. You guys can see it's tilted a little. When Carissa's going at her full trotting pace, I sometimes I used to have a straight handle. It was not an ergonomic handle. The straight one, I would almost fall over her on my left side. I would lose my balance, and not exactly sure why. I have a super mild case of cerebral palsy down the left side of my body, so it could be that. I don't know. They don't know. We discussed it in training, and it's not bad at all. But I did find that having the ergo handle, it fixed that. It's wonderful, and it's much more comfortable on my wrist too. And we can walk as fast as she can go. No issues. I stay balanced. She stays in full motion, pulling into the harness. A guide dog has to pull into this. This is around their chest, and then I feel everything through this part. And this part comes off like this, which is great for when we get in small cars, airplanes, or I'll take it off. Like when I was in college, and bye, Carissa, are you leaving? She's leaving the video. That's okay. Great for if we ever have to go somewhere and there's not a lot of room. This is a sign from Handiworks online. It says, "Do not pet me, I am working." Funny enough, this sign doesn't work on adults. I have it because I'm a teacher and it works on my students amazingly well. It does not work on adults. Adults apparently can't read. So yeah, I choose to have this solely for my kids, my students. They stop, they read this, they listen to it, they understand it, and it works amazingly well. When I was in college, I didn't bother using this because, like I said, it doesn't work on adults, which is crazy. Like, adults don't read. They just see a dog and go straight for the head to pet them. And it's kind of nuts. All right, so that is her guide dog harness. She has a bait bag or treat pouch. Guide dogs trains their dogs with clicker and food reward. So I always have this with me. It has a lovely little clip to go on my hip, or I'll slide it in my purse or backpack, and it just holds her kibble. She has also issued by GDB. I'm going through all the issued GDB stuff first. A gentle leader. It looks like this. This piece comes up and goes around her snout, and then this loops up behind her ears. This is more of a doggy mental tool. It helps her when we go to new areas to remember not to get so sniffy. And in reality, she could totally sniff with this on. She can eat with this on. She can drink with this on. She could do anything she wanted with this on. But it stops her. It's a mental thing for her. And for me, when the leash is connected to this piece down here, it allows me to feel much more head action. When she's moving her head left, right, up, down, I can feel it like that. And I can correct her if needed, or if she's not doing anything, tell her good girl, give her lots of praise. She does get sniffy in new areas, so every time we move, we usually spend about a couple days, couple weeks using this, and it's a phenomenal tool. Works great, doesn't hurt her, and it's awesome. All right, the last thing issued by GDB, shoes. Yes, my girl has to wear shoes when it is extremely cold or extremely hot. I have lived in both climates. I did my first year of teaching in Vermont where it got below 0, so she had to wear them to protect her feet from the ice and snow and salt. Now back home in Texas, it's the heat. The heat can burn the pads of her feet, so she wears them for protection. They look like this. I think they're rough wear. I'm not sure. GDB gave them to us, so I'm not sure where they came from. They just have a Velcro strap up here. They are very thick soled, like a tennis shoe on the bottom. Carissa hates them. Most dogs do. And her dew claws rub on the inside, and that's uncomfortable for her. So GDB recommended when she wears the front booties to wear a baby sock underneath. So, baby sock, little kid sock. And of course, I have fun colors for her because she is a girl. Then pretty much just use these ones. And it's just the front feet. The back feet, she doesn't need the sock. It works great. Definitely important in Texas summer heat when it's 100 plus outside to protect her feet. Now we'll get into some other types of shoes because we did live in Vermont for a year. That was new for us, and for some reason up there she would not tolerate the shoes I just showed you guys. We went on a route and it was a disaster. I don't know why. So my friend gave me some, they're called Paws, P-A-W-Z, and they're like rubber, like a balloon. They're stretchy, and so I would highly recommend these if you live up north or cold. They do not work in the heat because they melt, and they do not protect against heat at all. They do not work in hot climates. Don't use them. But up north, cold, they're fantastic. She tolerated these amazingly well. They protected her feet. It's mostly you're protecting from the stuff they put on the snow and ice on the roads, the salt and stuff. And so those work amazingly well. I was very happy with them. So those are her shoe collection. Now we'll get into some fun stuff. Carissa has a pink sparkly bow for her birthday. I don't have that here to show you guys, but I do have her favorite bee bandana. I love this bandana. I got it from Healthy Pet in Austin, across the street from where I live, because it has easy snaps to put on and off. You don't have to tie it or anything. Super easy. It's really soft, and yeah, I don't know what those are on this side. Cars, maybe? I don't use that side. We use the bees. The bees. And the bees are a fun story because Carissa is very good when she's in work mode. When we were in training and we had a day of, like towards the end of training, they'll take you on some routes or around the campus where instructors have set obstacles, distractions to test you and your dog as a team. The only thing Carissa got distracted by was the giant stuffed animal bee. That was it. That one thing. And so it became a joke about bees, stuffed animal bees. So when I saw this, I was like, that is so Carissa. So cute bee bandana for her, just for fun. And now we'll get into grooming tools. We do ears and teeth, and a brush her. The only thing I won't do is cut her nails because I have not found a good way to do that by feel, and I do not want to quick her and make her bleed. So I take her to the vet and let them do that. The rest I do by myself. I give her baths by myself. Everything else I do. So ear cleaner is this. It's called Epi-Optic Advanced, and over the years I have tried ear wipes, I've tried cotton balls, I've tried several different things. My favorite for doing it by myself, not being able to see, is this liquid ear cleaner and gauze pads. Just simple everyday gauze pads. I will take one of these, I'll cut them in half, soak them in this, wrap the gauze pad around my finger, and then put my finger in her ear very gently, and it works perfectly. It's great. Definitely recommend. So that's her ear cleaner. Then we have teeth. The brush, little doggy brush, is from GDB. You put it on your finger. It has bristles on one side, and they recommended enzymatic toothpaste. Looks like this, enzymatic toothpaste. She likes the poultry flavor, although I've heard now they make a vanilla mint, so I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds wonderful. She loves this. Brushing her teeth is easy. I put it on the brush, put my fingers in her mouth, brush her teeth. She thinks it tastes delicious, so she loves it. It's great. Now, brushing tools. GDB gave all three of these. I brush her first with what's called a furminator. It has like a metal rake to get out the undercoat, and then it has a button on it that you can push to get the fur off. This works great, especially in summer. It gets out all that loose undercoat fur. It's awesome. And then we have what's called a zoom groom. I call it the comfy brush. Like, it's not none of them are harsh, but like this does like the surface of her fur, gets all that, especially after a bath, to get all that loose fur off of her. This is a really good everyday brush. The furminator, they recommend to not use often, only use it every once in a while, or it can irritate her skin, make her skin sore, because it is a metal rake. It doesn't hurt her. She actually loves it. But this one, you can use daily, you can use it multiple times a day, you can use it all the time. And then, just to make her pretty and shiny, this brush. I'll brush her with the pin-like bristles, and then I will go over her whole body with this part. I think it makes her look shiny and pretty. This one doesn't get fur out. It's more of just a brushing the fur. She's the type of lab that has the more longer, coarser fur. And so I like this one because it makes it smooth, and like I don't think her fur would ever actually get tangled, so to speak, like if you had a golden retriever with a super long fur, but it makes it look nice. And those are all her brushes. And she has a raincoat somewhere around here. I can't find it. Problems with moving. It's somewhere. It also came from Guide Dogs for the Blind. It's a raincoat. It fits under the harness. It's fantastic. And that's pretty much everything and anything I use for Carissa. She has lots of toys. She loves to play. There's actually two right here. She loves Nylabones. Here's two. This one's the favorite lately. GDB recommends only Nylabones because anything other than that, it can get caught in their stomach, and then you can get into a really scary, messy situation, so we don't do that. I stick with Nylabones only. And she loves to play, loves to play with soft, squeaky toys and little toys. This is Mr. Cow. He's old. He is a hole. But here's Mr. Cow. She was playing with him this morning. And that's everything about Carissa in an introduction video all about her. So if you have questions, want to know more, want to see anything with her done, how I groom her, grooming routine, bath time, working, anything, comment below. And we will see you in the next video. Carissa, you want to say bye to everyone? Say bye. See you next time.